There we have it, folks. We're back live here. I do apologize for the technicality of not having any video feed, but we're back now. We're live, we're underway. And it is going to be live action here in the Investec Champions Cup. The Sharks desperate for a victory, of course, at home. Winning your home games, crucial in this Investec Champions Cup. There's still a round to play next weekend. The Sharks travel away to Bordeaux. It will be Toulouse who will have a home match against Leicester, sitting comfortably at the top of the table. And we appreciate all the fans tuning in here on Forever Sports. It's all sorted out now in terms of the technical video issues, but we're here. We're going on this journey, folks. If you're a South African fan, give a shout out in the comments section as to who you think's going to win, by how much. We know as a South African fan, even if you don't support the Sharks today, it's South Africa versus France, and you'll be supporting the South Africans and all three teams well and alive in the Champions Cup. The Bulls, of course, later on travel away to Cust. That'll be a tough battle for Jake White and his men. The Stormers, we saw a little bit earlier, overcome the Sale Sharks by 40 points to 0. An absolute demolition job over the Sale Sharks. And it is our attention that is turned towards Durban, the Hollywood Bet Sharks up against Toulouse. I'll take you through the starting 23 of each side. Starting with the away side from 1 to 23, Netty at 1, Mauvaka 2, Aldegheri, Flamand, Miafau, Gelanche, Cross, Willis make up the forward pack. Dupont, the man we all want to see. The French number 9, the World Sevens Player of the Year in 2024 at number 9. Look out for him making his way back to South Africa after many years absent on South African shores. At 10, Intermac, remain Intermac. 12, Chocobares, Barassi at 13. 11, Labelle. 14, Kinghorn, Blair Kinghorn, the Scottish international, and Thomas Ramos at 15. 16 to 23 for Toulouse, Marchand, Cyril Bay, Merkler, Brennan, Banos, Grau, Malia, and Angelo Caputo. Look out for the Italian talisman, the playmaker in that Italian side on the bench for Toulouse. For the Sharks from 1 to 23, Oxenche. Back in the mix is Bongi and Bonambi. Look out, the Sharks have been having some trouble at scrum time. We saw a couple of weeks ago against the Stormers, struggling without the likes of Bonambi and Etzebeth. Vincent Koch at number 3 to make up that front row. Corne Roll and Jason Jenkins at 4 and 5 respectively. Manu Situka, Pepsi Buthelezi, and a captain of the Springboks, Sia Khaleesi at number 8. 9 and 10, the Hendrickse brothers. Jaden Hendricks at 9, Jordan at 10. Fenter and Hooker make up the centre pairing. Mapimpi Makazola Mapimpi. T-Rex makes up the left wing position. Yao Penke and Hakim Konene coming in for the injured Apelele Fassi. We'll get to the injuries of the Sharks at the moment without a couple of key Springboks. But no doubt the junior Springbok looking to make a name for himself, Hakim Konene. 16 to 23, we have Dylan Richardson, Ruandrea, Trevor Nyakane, Labas Skachny, Vincent Situka, Nick Hatton, Bradley Davids, and Lorenzo Chuli's the boogeyman. The Sharks stacked up, although without a couple of their Springboks. They will fancy themselves in front of their home crowd. Conditions look good for a good game of rugby here in the Investec Champions Cup. And what a journey it's going to be. They're up against it. Toulouse, obviously, the champions of last season. in extra time against Leinster, got over the line. So no doubt it's going to be one of those games where they really have to be efficient in their set plays. Just listening to Bongi and Bonambi in the week and the likes of Ox and Chair saying it's all 8 that must scrum, of course. No doubt they'll be missing Eben Etzebeth. But what an addition to the Sharks lineup, having the likes of Bongi and Bonambi back for the Hollywood Bet Sharks. It's an epic showdown. And the likes of Ethan Hooker, there's talks of him being perhaps one of the staff that Rassie Erasmus will call upon come the Springbok season. Very versatile. We've seen him play on the wing as well. Look out for him and Francois Fente in the centre pairings. And of course, the experience of Makezola Mapimpi in and amongst it on that left wing. Of course, without the likes of Apelele Fassi, Andre Esterhuizen for a couple of weeks, just to go through a couple of the injuries for the Sharks. Andre Esterhuizen, Apelele Fassi, Ram Reinecker, Eben Etzebeth, what a man to lose. Emil van Heerden, Fez Mbata, Gebrand Grobler, Grant Williams. Out with the family bereavement. We wish him well. Condolences to the family of Grant Williams in this 2025. Will be sorely missed, no doubt, in the Sharks lineup. James Venter, Kwesi Mona, Lucanio and Manus Potgieter. So that list seems like it's never ending. And against Toulouse, you'd like your best possible lineup, but this is the best possible lineup for the Sharks. And in front of their home crowd, they'll have to pull out all the stops to make it happen. Do give your score predictions in the comments section. And tell us what your score will be, where you're tuning in from around the world, who you're supporting. And we'll give you a shout out here on Forever Sports. Of course, a shout out to our page sponsor, BitDefender, the global leaders in cyber security, keeping you safe in terms of any sort of hacking that could take place. BitDefender, take a look at the link in the description. But we're almost underway. The teams are lining up for kickoff. And with the likes of Anton Dupont, Romain Ntamak, and Thomas Ramos in that back line, it's full of flair. As the French say, allez les bleus. Coleman Kluter says, go Sharks. Ethan, South African, yes, but also realists. Looking at the lineups, to lose by 30 plus. Ethan, get yourself a nice refreshment, son. And maybe after 1 or 2 singles or doubles, you'll have a better, more positive perspective on this game. As a South African, let's get behind the Sharks. But I do get what you're saying there, Ethan. It's going to be a real tough battle against this Toulouse side. Well seasoned, well synchronized, and as a unit, they're at the top of the pile, no doubt. Gerald Schlemler says Sharks by 17. There's the spirit, Gerald. We love it. Where you tuned in from, brother? Tell us from where in South Africa, where in the world you tuned in. We're in for an epic clash. Again, once again, I do apologize for the video feed that was interrupted. We're back. We're almost underway. Kickoff just about set. The Sharks from right to left. It's Toulouse who await their kickoff. Christo Trams says, hi, Roots. Glad to see you doing the commentary. Your commentary is always high quality and entertaining. Go Sharks. Thank you, Christo. And we are underway. On that note, the Sharks kick off deep inside the Toulouse 22. And at the base is Antoine Dupont, shaping off the left foot with the kick here. Not a full crowd here in Durban, but nonetheless a good crowd out to support the home side. And Antoine Dupont puts it into touch. Plays it safe off the left foot, almost up to halfway. The Sharks will have the first line-out set play. And it's Bongi and Bonambi, the man back. The Springbok stalwart will have the opportunity to set the Sharks rolling here. And it's Jason Jenkins who immediately takes the ball. Siakalisi in possession now. Jaden Hendrickse feeds Ethan Hooker. The Sharks almost up and over halfway. Centre field from right to left go the Sharks. Efficiency the key here. Hendrickse, it's quick recycling from the Sharks now. They got to catch Toulouse defensively napping, so they got to get that ball rolling at the breakdown. It's roll. It goes out wide. Quick ball and quick recycling from the Sharks. Khaleesi with another carry. The Springbok captain involved early. Francois Venter with the lovely offload. And the Sharks do keep the ball alive. Vincent Koch, the tight forward, takes it up. They're up and over, almost up to the 10-meter mark now, the Sharks. That ball has drifted a little bit forward. What does the referee say? No, but it's gone into touch. Manu Chichuka, they just couldn't hold on to it. But Toulouse under the pump defensively, the Sharks showing their intent early on here. Just would have liked to have held on to that one. Manu Chichuka, his brother Vincent on the bench. But it is Mo Vaka for Toulouse, uncontested, on their own 10-meter mark on this left-hand touchline. They take it up. Midfield, it's DuPont at the base. There's a little run, and it's Mo Vaka who's away. Toulouse here with early intent on attack. DuPont, can he find support? The way to the pass to Kinghorn. Just eluding his fingertips on this left-hand touchline. But there's the French flair coming into picture early on here at the Hollywood Bet Stadium in Durban. Anton DuPont feeding Mo Vaka, who made the break. The pass just about inches from the fingertips of Blair Kinghorn. And the Sharks breathe a sigh of relief early on here, just outside their 22. It's Bonambi who feeds the line out. It's secure. It's Hendrickse to Nche. Salad Stone wins. Scrum, son, as he carries it up. The Sharks outside their 22. Shape with a kick from Jaden Hendrickse. He puts it high. It's contestable. Who wants it? Mapimpi in and amongst it, but Toulouse get possession back. It's Thomas Ramos. He's met hard on defence by Jordan Hendrickse. But Toulouse, centre field, playing towards this left-hand side now. Look to find Blair Kinghorn. Has to cut in field. Eluding one. And then feeding his support. Toulouse keep it alive. They look to recycle quickly now. DuPont. You just can't touch him, but the referee says obstruction there from Toulouse. It was Pierre Mo Vaka for Toulouse there, just in front of Antoine DuPont, who looked to break away. He's so slippery, you got to get your hands on him. The Sharks, however, get their hands on the ball via penalty with that obstruction play. And will have their opportunity now inside the Toulouse half of play to set up their own attack. Their lineouts have functioned pretty efficiently, 2 out of 2 so far. 5 minutes in, it's been to and fro. Almost up to the 22. So wonderful kick into touch from Jordan Hendrickse on this left-hand touchline. And Bonambi, can he make it 3 out of 3? The referee somewhat got in the way of the Toulouse player looking to get his hands on the ball, but the Sharks, although scrappy, have possession via Pepsi Buthelezi, and Toulouse concede the first penalty of the match. It's quickly taken. The Sharks have a clear plan here. Another penalty, not 10 metres back, Toulouse. Jaden Hendricks, they wanted to take another tap. You can see the intent is there from the Sharks. They don't want to slow things down against this side. You've got to take your opportunities. They're in the danger zone now. They're only 8 metres out, right in front of the post. Will we see a shot at goal from the Sharks? No, they're going for the corner. If you're in doubt before, there's no doubt now. The intent is there from the Sharks. The Sharks kicking it too far there, so a bit of a mistake from Jordan Hendricks at Toulouse. Kick it back, but the Sharks are in possession up and over the 10-metre mark. It's all happening so fast here. Hendricks with a wraparound. Yao Penke puts the ball on his boot. There's an opportunity now, but it's into touch. Lovely weight on the kick from Yao Penke. Ethan Hooker was chasing it down, but just finding this right-hand touchline deep inside Toulouse territory. Wonderful vision from the right wing of the Sharks, bouncing into touch in the nick of time for Toulouse, but they will have the put into the line out. Mauvaka finds his jumper, and Miafau carries it strongly over the advantage line. Toulouse will look to clear here. Dupont shaping with the left foot. Decides not to go into touch. It's Yao Penke who has the ball. It's Hakim Konene in support who takes it up, but he's brought to ground up and over the 10-metre mark. Go the Sharks. It's Hendrickson looking to break clear. Breaks away from one. It's a loose ball. It's knocked on from the Sharks. It's advantage to Toulouse. Thomas Ramos plays it back in field to Romain Intermac. That's advantage over, says the referee. Wonderful kick from Romain Intermac. It's going to be a 50-22. The vision, the composure of the French fly half. This a little mini test match on its own with the likes of Intermac, Thomas Ramos, Mo Vaka, Anton Dupont, Miafau. The list goes on. The Sharks, of course, Sia Khaleesi, Oxenchair, Bongi Mbanambi, Vincent Koch, to name but a few international players here. Gerald Schlemler says, I have a question. Can we see the sheen? Please, what's the sheen? Gerald, do elaborate. It's Toulouse who won the line out, and they just about 3 metres out. Dupont finds Chocobares, who puts his head down. Here come Toulouse. Up and over the try line. Yes, says the referee. That's the opening score. You're in Durban in this Investec Champions Cup game in round 3. It's Toulouse who opened the account. And it's Miafau, the big lock forward. You're not going to stop him from there. That number 5. Built like all of tomorrow. Had the momentum coming at pace. Took the short ball off the base and scores the try. Toulouse up by 5-0. We're just about 10 minutes in here at Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium in Durban. And it all stems from that kick from Romain Intermac. The vision to find the space in the backfield. Rolling into touch, relying on the bounce of the ball. Perhaps you got to do that in favour of Toulouse. They win the line out, and a couple of phases later, it's Miafau who goes over for the try. Attempting the tackle in vain there was Jaden Hendrickson. Toulouse get the conversion via Thomas Ramos, and they're in the lead by 7 points to 0. The Sharks kick off with the restart. It's Meerfeld, the try scorer, looking to barge his way over. He's not held. Play on. It's Malvaka. He's got pace, the hooker. Can he find support? Play on, says the referee. It's all a little bit loose. It looked like it was knocked on. But from the restart there, Toulouse looking dangerous. There's a fire in gale force winds. Meerfeld not held in the tackle. Released the ball, got up again, fed Malvaka, who's full of running. And what pace he's got for a hooker. And just the support runner couldn't hold on to it. Antoine Dupont. The Sharks will have the put into the scrum. Taking a look at the scrum packs, weights. It's Toulouse, 945 kilograms. That's some serious beef up against the likes of the Sharks with 990. Who's more technical in this 8-man shove apiece? Can the Sharks hold their own? They got an all Springbok front row, but no doubt missing the likes of Ebenetz a bit in this game behind that front row. The referee's called for a reset there. Free kick to the Sharks. So no reset. Early shove from Toulouse. It's Jordan Hendrickson puts it high, but Blair King on. He's right underneath that with the safe hands, just outside the 22, 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline, from left to right. It's Dupont to Meerfeld. Massive chunk of beef takes it up and sets up another ruck off the right foot. This time is Dupont. Opts to keep it in field. It's Mapimpi who's underneath it, but it's Kinghorn who gets it. Tries to offload, and it's the Sharks who come away with it now. They need to respond here. Up and over the 10-meter mark, it's Jordan Hendrickson. He finds support. It's Toulouse who look to get their hands on the ball, but illegally so, says the referee, off their feet. As adjudged by the referee, Luke Pearce. And it is the Sharks who will have an opportunity here. And they'll take the 3. They were inside the Toulouse danger zone within that 10 minutes of kickoff in this game. But you feel they have to take the points where you can get them within range, well within range for Jordan Hendrickson. Not so sure this game will be won in 3s though. But it is 3 points on offer just to close that gap to within 4 points. It's Jordan Hendrickson who takes a look at the post. One last look at the ball. He strikes it. It's clean. It's in the middle. It's sailing. It's over. The Sharks are on the board. They still trail by 4. Toulouse 7, Sharks 3. 15 minutes gone in the first half here. Discipline is going to be crucial. That first scrum we didn't necessarily see the technical prowess of the likes of Oxenchair. Toulouse with an early shove. We await the second scrum, but the kickoff outside the 22. There's a strong counter ruck here from Toulouse, but the Sharks managed to hold on to possession. It's Vincent Koch who takes it up. Sets up another ruck. Manu Tsuchuka. They're back inside their own 22 now, so the Sharks have gone backwards a couple of meters. They'll have the safety of the touchline as Oxenchair takes it up for the Sharks. Will we see Hendrickson? Shaped from the base, yes he does. He puts it high with a contestable kick. Underneath it, Yalpenkle. Just can't hold on to it. Just about a clean take from the right winger for the Sharks. But it will be a put into the scrum, and this is the second scrum we were looking for, where all the action happens. The engine room will tell us, will give us a little clue, an indication as to where this game is going. But we're on the 10-meter mark, about 20 meters in from this right-hand touchline. Inside Sharks territory, it's Toulouse who'll have the feed. The first real opportunity for them from scrum set play here. Antoine Dupont with ball in hand. Wayne Carlson, shutout, says it will be a hard game for the Sharks today. No doubt, Wayne. But not impossible, no doubt. So the referee having no patience. This time an early shove from the Sharks. And Toulouse looks to come away with it via Thomas Ramos. Working their way up towards the 22. Dupont, Flamont, Aldegheri, Ntamak, Movaka, full of running the hooker. Running like a centre. They're up and they're on the 22 now. Back pass from Dupont, trying the razzle-tazzle. The sizzle and the riz. But on that occasion, coming up short, the ball's popped up loose. The Sharks in possession now. But it's Kunene slipping out of his hands, and it's Blair Kinghorn who chases with the little chip. Kunene's got back just in time, but the Sharks under real pressure here. 3 meters from their own try line. Perhaps a little bit of humidity on the ball. On that occasion for Kim Kunene, they're losing the ball. In broad daylight, carrying it up. Blair Kinghorn put the chip up ahead, but getting back to defend the lines were the Sharks there just in the nick of time, and it's Hendricks who puts it high. Sia Kolisi taking it, plucking it out of the air for the Sharks, and it is going to be a Shark scrum. As we approach the end of the first quarter of this game, it's Toulouse who have the first try, converted by Thomas Ramos. Sia Kolisi picking up the loose ball. But it's going to be a scrum to the Sharks. Inside their own 22. About 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline, and some worrying signs here for the Sharks. It's Bongi and Bonambi getting some attention as time is off. You've just got back, son. Get back to your feet. Yes, that's what we do. Resolute. The Springbok stalwart hooker. Back to his feet. No need to worry for the moment. We haven't really seen the Sharks or Toulouse show their trick at scrum time. 2 out of 2 free kicks, 1 for either side. Discipline so far from both teams has been on point. It's Jaden Hendricks who will feed for the Sharks here on this left-hand touchline, just inside their own 22. They'll look to clear. Luke Pierce showing no patience when it comes to resets. He wants to get the game going. The crowd has come to see some action so far. 1 converted try and a penalty to Toulouse and the Sharks respectively. Give us your score prediction, folks. By how much? Tell us here on Forever Sports. We're on this journey together, remember. And this time around, it is going to be a penalty to the Sharks. It's Vincent Koch on this tight head side, getting the better of his loose head netty. Collapsing, says the referee. The Toulouse loose head, and the Sharks put it deep into Toulouse territory. via Jordan Hendricks. It's a wonderful touch finder on this left-hand touch line, but straight to ground in front of the referee. You're not going to get away with that. Between the 10-meter mark and 22, we are on this left-hand touch line, the Sharks have been efficient. They've been disciplined. Can they keep this ball rolling at line-out time? Bongi Mbonambi to feed for the Sharks. It's all a little bit loose, but the Sharks have got it. They're away. It's Jordan Hendricks who makes a break. Can he find support? Perhaps trying to offload too quickly. One feels he could have held on to it longer, but Toulouse pump it upfield, and again, the bounce of the ball going deep inside the Sharks territory. Mapimpi is back. He's going to have to be in support. He is, but he's run it into touch. The Sharks looking a little bit rushed there. DuPont getting right back inside the Sharks 22 to defend there against Hakim Konene. Mapimpi fed Konene, but DuPont made spot on tackle one-on-one. T-Rex was in support, but just running out of space on this left-hand touchline. Time off for the moment. And if you're a Toulouse fan, it's Antoine DuPont who's getting some attention now. They want to leave people gasping for air here. The talisman of French rugby, World Sevens Player of the Year in 2024. Getting France over the line in the Olympic Sevens final against Fiji. We know what he can do in the 15-man game, but showing his versatility in sevens as well. Time back on. The referee wants to get things underway. So there's an even pace to this match. It's going to be a line out. It's Mo Vaka to feed. We're just about on the 22 on this left-hand touch line. The Sharks have to defend here, but it's lost by Toulouse. The Sharks contesting well. Hendrickse to Ethan Hooker. There's space out wide. Yeah, Penke well up and over the advantage line. The Sharks started the line out defending, but they're on the attack now. Almost up to the 10-meter mark. Stifled there for the moment by the Toulouse defence. But it's Hendrickse from the base who'll put it high. Perhaps just not the trajectory you would have wanted. Khaleesi's there. But it falls into the hands of Ramos. And immediately Toulouse look to break via Kinghorn. They keep it alive. It's Netty now, and it's DuPont who's away. Look out! Antoine DuPont with the feed to Intermac. Wonderful defence from Jaden Hendrickse on Romain Intermac. But the threat is still alive for Toulouse here on the Sharks line. They're only about 5 meters out. But it's lost forward at a crucial moment. The Sharks can thank Jaden Hendrickse for that tackle. One-on-one with Romain Intermac. Made the tackle, but it's again that man DuPont. You can't take your eyes off him. Found the support on an Intermac. But in that crucial moment, Toulouse have knocked it on. The Sharks hold on for dear life for the moment. It almost looked like the number 13 of Toulouse. Varsity there thought the 5-meter mark was the try line, and in the process lost it forward. The Sharks, for the moment, still trail, still deep inside their own half. But more importantly, will have the possession, holding their own here. Scrum time. They got a scrum penalty. We saw the third scrum of the match after the first two. Free kick to Toulouse. Free kick to Sharks. And then a penalty to the Sharks. Can they get some momentum at scrum time? They're going to need that little bit extra as we see the flags around Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium waving in favour of the home fans. Toulouse, of course, no strangers to winning on the road, doing away with Exeter in their last outing. Well over 60 points. The Sharks in their last encounter against Leicester, going down by 50-odd points. Desperate to get back to winning ways. But still well and alive are the three South African sides. The Stormers with their first victory early on against Sale by 40 points to 0. It's the Wolves who travel to Castres in France later on this evening, 10 o'clock South African Standard Time. They'll be up against it, but they know a victory paramount. They'll be hosting Stade Francais in their final pool game in the Champions Cup, the Bulls. The Sharks will travel to Bordeaux, but they come away with it. Yes, time is back onto the clock. It's Jaden Hendricks who feeds Mapimpi down this left-hand side, but it's a strong counter-ruck from Toulouse. The Sharks caught napping there. And into touch. Mapimpi was hassled on defence as he tried to take the ball up from Jaden Hendricks. Toulouse with the strong counter-ruck. And just running out of space, the Sharks will have to concede possession for the moment. It's Mbonambi to feed. Finds Jason Jenkins. The Sharks will have to get out of this part of town. Jaden Hendricks to Jordan. He looks full of running, but he's lost it forward. It's Movaka in possession for Toulouse. He's got a little chip kick ahead. Who's running after it? It's LaBelle who's not going to get there in time, but it's into touch. Showing a full bag of tricks, he's Pietro Movaka for Toulouse. But Jordan Hendricks won fields. He could have perhaps put that one on the boot just to relieve the pressure a little bit, but it's Santiago Chocobares who looks like he's down for the count. Took one straight to the hip of Jordan Hendricks. No doubt he'll be going for a HIA. But just gambling with it there, the Sharks, and almost coming up short. Movaka full of running. As we see the likes of Jean-Cruz Malia warming up for Toulouse. Chocobares looks like he's all but done. Head to hip. And that, no doubt, a painful blow for Toulouse. But what reinforcements they have on the bench. In case you've missed it, it's Toulouse who opened up this try-scoring account via mere foul. Converted by Thomas Ramos. The Sharks' response was a penalty from Jordan Hendricks. But just taking a look at mere foul, the big man, go. You're going to need a whole infantry to get him to ground. No doubt from that close to the try line, he's going over and over he went. Time off for the moment as the medic team are taking care of Santiago Chocobares. The fans out in full support for the home side. Andy Sheep, shout out, says Sharks forwards need to show more urgency. Very good point there, Andy. Shout out to you. Where you tuned in from, brother? Imposter says, I'm suggesting Sharks coach needs to be fired. What is this defensive system? The players are fine, but it looks like they don't have any proper strategy. No hate. Just you can't accept this. That's a Shark supporter. Speaking his worth over there, Imposter. Defensively, the Sharks holding their own for now. Just perhaps a bit of a gamble running from inside their own half, and then just the basic skills eluding the Sharks for the moment. The ball slipping out of their hands on 2 occasions. We know it can be a bit humid in Durban, but there's no excuse at this level. This is the Investec Champions Cup. You've got to get the basics right. Kieran O'Connor, Toulouse are a beast of a team. Total neutral myself, leaning towards South Africa. Shout out Kieran O'Connor. I still don't have any score predictions. We have some feel that Toulouse are the ones that are going to take victory here. But we're the South African supporters. Surely now, surely now. Serious injury to Santiago Chocobares. Flat on his back. We'll see shortly the likes, an introduction of Jean-Cruz Malia for Toulouse, but most certainly the team to beat. At the top of the table in their pool of this Investec Champions Cup, 2 out of 2 victories, both of them with bonus points, both of them over 60 points. Toulouse over Ulster and Exeter respectively. The Sharks, of course, winning against Exeter at home, but then travelling to Leicester and getting thumped with what one could consider a watered-down Shark side. There again is the argument of the South African teams having to split their sides. The Sharks, of course, have a lot of experience when all the Springboks are back, but how do they blend that in with the youth and split it over 2 competitions? Of course, the Sharks qualified via the Challenge Cup last season, winning it, getting a taste of European Cup glory, I beg your pardon. But they're up against the European giants here in Toulouse as time is back on and underway. The line out from the Sharks. Hendrickse puts it high. It's contestable again from Jalpenke. Just can't hang on to it, and it's Romain Intermac for Toulouse, who picks up the loose ball and sets up a ruck. DuPont at the base. They look for quick ball here. Holding it up nicely. It's Miofau. Up and over into the 22 goes the big man. DuPont with a no-look pass. Here come Toulouse via Blair Kinghorn. Steps inside, gets away from one in the form of Akim Konene, but he's lost it. Both sides struggling to hold on to the ball. Playing under advantage, the Sharks there. But almost in a bit of danger. Manu Chichuka there, controlling the ball with the foot after a loose pass. And in the process, bouncing up nicely for a Toulouse attacking player. But the referee blew his whistle. We're coming back for that knock-on. The Sharks will have the feed to the line-out. Slightly less in terms of weight in this pack of forwards. But technically, we've got one of the best loose heads here the world has seen in the likes of Oxenchair. As we know, salads don't win scrums. Power. Technical ability. But there's pressure here from Toulouse this time. Commentators cursed. Toulouse put the pressure on. It's Netty, the loose head, amongst others in that forward pack for Toulouse. The Sharks are pinned for standing up in the scrum under all sorts of pressure. And unfortunately for the Sharks, deep inside their own danger zone. 8 meters from their own try line. 15 meters in from this left-hand touch line, no doubt. Toulouse put it into touch and immediately go for a driving maul. Well, we see the power come through. It's Mo Waka controlling the ball at the back for Toulouse. DuPont breaks away now. Here come Toulouse. It's quick ball. Thomas Ramos with the little kick. LaBelle! just couldn't keep it in the field of play. The Sharks were stretched on defence. Ramos had the vision to put it on the boot. But LaBelle just trickling his feet into touch on this right-hand touch line. The Sharks playing with fire deep inside their own danger zone. But what relief nonetheless, plucked it out of the air. But just running out of inches of space. And it is the Sharks who will have the put into the line out. They're still about 12 metres out from their own try line. So Toulouse doing well to pin the Sharks down. The Sharks have to find a strategy. But defensively there, they were stretched. And it's corner roll this time around, who is getting some attention for the Sharks. Time off for the moment. We will restart with the Sharks line out. Couple of inches in it there from the kick of Ramos to LaBelle, who plucked it out of the air but just couldn't find himself staying in the field of play. Malcolm Moody said last time the Sharks coach needs to go. He's too old. Malcolm, is age not just a number? Perhaps is it not a bit of cohesiveness? They need to play together a little bit more. We spoke about that youth and experience perhaps. But point taken there. Kieran O'Connor, Sharks fans need to go easy. This is a serious challenge. Every European team is frightened of Toulouse. No doubt about that, Kieran. As Mbonambi will get us underway as time restarts on the clock. The referee says, let's go. Tichuka takes it off Mbonambi. Kolisi takes it up to the advantage line. It's Hendrickson now. Will he look to keep it in field? Actually, he finds Jordan Hendrickson this time around, not taking the gamble, putting it into touch. And that's relieving the pressure for the Sharks. They've been pinned down for the last couple of minutes inside their own half. In fact, inside their own 22. They need to get upfield. And Jordan Hendrickson answers the call. It's Mo Vaka to feed. Malcolm Moody says, I mix my own powder. Get Heinz hot curry and add turmeric powder. Works for all fish and those prawns. Malcolm, what in the name of the wee man? As Toulouse break away from the line out, it's secure. Centre field working their way towards the 22. It's lost forward on that occasion. So we see a couple of handling errors. This time it's Netty, the loose head prop, taking it up, but just in the process, Jordan Hendrickson brave in contact on defence. The ball bobbling out of the hands of the loose head prop of Toulouse. The Sharks will have the scrum. So it is the conditions that both sides finding a bit tough at the moment. And the attrition rate quite high. Some attention here to Aldegheri, the tight head prop of Toulouse, but he looks like he's going to be soldiering on as we approach the half-hour mark. Kieran O'Connor, realistic expectations. No matter which team you support, realistic expectations is always that our side can do it. The Sharks can do it. On this occasion, in front of their home crowd, we believe it. You got to believe. But we see the Sharks lacking somewhat in terms of their cohesiveness. Losing a couple of key players, but still holding their own, still only trailing by 4 points. The Sharks forced to make double the amount of tackles than Toulouse. So the attacking intent is there from the French Giants, the European champions. The Sharks can't hook the ball. Another basic error, unforced, and it's immediately Dupont. Looks to put it to boot. This time around, Mapimpi is there to gather and dot it down. But you can see Toulouse want to get things going at the rate of knots, but just not able to hook on that occasion. Bongi and Mbonambi They want to fine-tune and tweak those unforced errors. Do the Sharks. Amongst others, the handling errors. The lineouts look good. Scrum, a little bit iffy at the moment. That's Toulouse. Take it off the goal line. Drop out from Jordan Hendricks. They're working their way up and beyond the Sharks 10-meter mark now. Playing towards this right-hand blind side. It's Intermac. He is wrapped up behind the advantage line. The Toulouse attacker. Dupont plays quickly though. Francois Crow gets it. He's brought to ground as Intermac tries to find his man out wide. LaBelle came up short early on in his attempt to score. But it's Yao Penke who answers the call and takes the ball clean. The Sharks are away as they look to feed Jordan Hendricks. Not able to hold on to the ball. Is there soap on it or what's going on here, son? Fortunately, corner roll lost it backwards. The Sharks will have an opportunity to reset here, but they've lost a few meters. Jaden Hendricks to Oxen chair, head down. Route 1. Still just outside their own 22. The Sharks. It's Hendricks who puts it high. He'll look to keep it in field. It's all a little bit telegraphed at the moment. The Sharks not able to win those contestables. Toulouse get it. It's Thomas Ramos who breaks clear now. He's away. Thomas Ramos with a little chip, or grubber, should I say. But the Sharks managed to get the ball back. Hakim Konene there, getting his hands on the ball, setting up a ruck. But the Sharks again pinned inside their own 22. They've had a lot of the possession, but forced to make double the amount of tackles, if not more. It's Jaden to Jordan. Brothers in arms. And this time around, Jordan again plays it safe and puts it into touch for the Sharks. It's a tight, gritty affair here at the Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium in Durban. Jordan Hendricks puts it into touch. Still stuck inside their own half. Imposter says Toulouse playing games. Cost them a few tries now. It's Mo Vaka to feed. Dupont. Intermac. As Toulouse take it up. Dupont again. Again the ball's gone loose. The Sharks playing under advantage. Mapimpi has the loose ball. Siakolisi looks to pick and go. There's a little scuffle here. I almost said hurry, scurry. It looks a bit hurry-scurry now as the players are charging in, saying, "How's your father? Do you know who I am? Who won the Rugby World Cup?" A little bit of bitter vibes going on between the two sides. The referee just blowing his whistle to get them back in order. No doubt that will be in the back of the minds of some of those Toulouse players. When we talk of that quarter-final, who can forget one of the greatest games of rugby ever played? The Springboks getting over the line by 1 point. What a tough pill to swallow, and almost bubbling over the referee, calling the two captains, Siakolisi and Antoine Dupont, who were both involved in that quarter-final, saying, "Come here, boys. I'm the man in charge here. No more of that, please. Thank you." And it's going to be a penalty to Toulouse, according to referee Luke Pearce. Tempers on both sides just bubbling over. And it could potentially cost the Sharks 3 points here via the boot of Thomas Ramos. Nyingaza Sitaram, too many errors, but Sharks holding up the best team in Europe. Holding up for now, but they could go a full score. Clear here, can Toulouse with this successful attempt from Thomas Ramos, about 45 metres in. Straight down the middle, well within range. Has he got the compass? The strike is good. Thomas Ramos don't miss. Allez, bleu. Toulouse go ahead and into double figures. They lead by 10 points to 3. Imposter says, I must say, despite the shocks, Toulouse are not executing either shocks. I beg your pardon, Toulouse are not executing either. Sharks need to exploit this. They need to get to the other end of the field, Imposter. As Meerfowl takes the restart from Jordan Hendrickson. They're only about 4 minutes from half time. The Sharks had an opportunity early on to get into the 22 of Toulouse, but since then, they've really struggled for territory. They've been on the defensive for pretty much a large part of this first half as Dupont clears from the base, safely into touch. Is there anything he can't do? Antoine Dupont. Kieran O'Connor says, going to watch Munster Saracens. Munster not the same since Snyman gone to Leinster. Springbok Arceus Snyman, you're referring to. Swapping the red for blue as the Sharks win the line out. Up on the Toulouse 10-metre mark. Playing towards this left-hand side now from centre field. Wonderful work from the Sharks via Oxenchair, who takes it up. It's Vincent Koch again, a little bit hurried in his offload attempt, but it's Toulouse who have the scrum advantage for the ball bobbling out of his hands. Thomas Ramos puts it down the middle via the boot, and it's Hakim Konene. Had precious little opportunity on attack. Dangerous, the junior buck. But the Sharks still in possession via corner roll. 15 metres in from this left-hand touchline on halfway. They play towards centre field via Jaden Hendrickson to Jordan with a lovely little chip. Is there a bit of space? Dupont is there. It's a loose ball. Khaleesi on Thomas Ramos. But you can't play the play on the ground, diving on him there on that occasion. The Sharks and Springbok captain. Perhaps an element of frustration. You got to keep your wits, you got to keep your feet. And on that occasion, Sia Khaleesi conceding the penalty, going off his feet, diving on Thomas Ramos, who picked up the ball from that little grubber head. But we saw early on that offload from Vincent Koch. Perhaps not as composed as he should be, and time off for the moment as he gets some attention now. It's a tight affair here in Durban. It's the Challenge Cup winners up against the Champions Cup winners. And Vincent Koch looks, for the moment, will he be continuing? No, he won't. It's Trevor Nyakane who's going to make his way onto the field. And that pretty much looks like a permanent replacement. The man with all the dancing moves, he's going to have the scrumming moves as well. Trevor Nyakane. Paddy Pilot. You tuned in here, shout out. It's Toulouse who have the penalty as time is back on. They put it into the Sharks. Half just outside the Sharks 10-metre mark on this left-hand touchline. Just a minute to go to half-time. It's Toulouse who lose another line out. The Sharks want to make it count, but they stuck deep inside their own half now. It's Jordan Hendrickson to front row Fenter, but he's lost it. Intermac comes away with it. It's Toulouse who will perhaps have the final say here. No. Lost forward by Romain Intermac in contact. The Sharks will have the put into the scrum. but you can bet for all money they'll look to put this one into touch and signal half time. They'll have to change it up in the second half, get some more territory and possession. They've just been forced to make too many tackles. How much of an impact will that have on the side come the second half? And the finishers come off the bench for Toulouse for the moment. They lead by 7, the Sharks, with a solitary penalty. Toulouse will look to put an 8-man shove on the Sharks here, perhaps a scrum penalty on the cards. Let's hope not if you're a Sharks fan. Jaden Hendrickson to feed. This time it is a Sharks penalty, straight to ground. On the tight head side, Aldegheri. Or in fact, it's Nettie, the loose head. Concedes his second scrum penalty. The Sharks want to play. And a wonderful clearance into touch. The Sharks know they can't leave it up to chance in the second half. They want one last bite of the cherry here in the first half. They've been under the pump territorially, but wonderful clearance from Jordan Hendrickson. Almost up to the 22 of Toulouse on this right-hand touch line. They will have an opportunity if the ball goes dead now. That will signal half-time. It's Mbonambi to feed. There is a contest, but it's Manu Chichuka who loses it, and away comes to Pont. Looking to step, tit, and dart his way. And now they're almost at the opposite end on the Sharks 22. In the hands of Willis at the base, who plays scrum after Pont with all of 40, 50 plus meters. Breaking away. It was a Sharks line out, and we're going to have a Toulouse penalty. They will have the final say. So after that clearance from the penalty kick from Jordan Hendrickson, found a massive amount of territory almost up to the Toulouse 22. It was Chichuka, Manu on that occasion, who lost the ball after winning it in the line out. DuPont broke away. Toulouse found themselves almost up to the Sharks 22, and then the Sharks conceding an offside penalty via corner roll, just not able to get back in time. And Toulouse have an opportunity via Ramos here to add another 3 and going to the sheds at half time at 13-3. Wonderful success rate in terms of percentages from the tee. Thomas Ramos for club and country alike. Well within range. Surely no mistake. There is no mistake. And Toulouse add the extra 3 points, I beg your pardon. They go into the lead at half time by 13 points to 3. Get your refreshments ready and topped up for the second half as we take a short break here on Forever Sports. There's still another 40 minutes to play. A lot can happen. The Sharks are going to have to find themselves in the right area of the field. But that's it for the first half. Toulouse 13, the Sharks 3, and I will see you in just a little bit. I beg your pardon for the audio. Welcome back. We're just underway. Toulouse kick-off in the second half. It's Toulouse who have been dominating in terms of territory, in terms of possession. The Sharks not playing collectively, one feels. Playing too much in the wrong areas of the field, and Toulouse immediately come fighting back on attack here inside the Sharks 22. It's Dupont, the talisman of French rugby, who looks to come away with it. He finds Thomas Ramos, the fullback. Toulouse on attack here. The Sharks desperate to not concede any points in their own danger zone here. It's a lovely ball out wide. Labelle. Can he keep it in field? He does. He finds Blair King on Toulouse. Keep it alive. Intermac. Malvaka. They're only 7 meters out, just about centre field. Playing from left to right. Emmanuel Mirfau off Dupont. As Toulouse via Flamand takes it up, but he's brought to ground. The Sharks defence tested here. The home fans, there's a bit of hushed silence at the moment. They know Sharks victory here is exactly what they need to stay alive in this competition. It's advantage. It's lost forward from Toulouse. The Sharks playing under scrum advantage. Jordan Hendrickse. Yao Penkley. Advantage over. So Toulouse come running right back. Up towards the 22 goes Blair Kinghorn, centre field. The Sharks just look a little bit out of sorts. Willis, the 8th man. They keep it alive. Intermac to Malvaka. Back to Intermac. The support running from Toulouse. The Sharks just can't seem to hold on to the ball. Andy Sheep says errors are plenty by both teams. We expect better at this level as Labelle looks to break clear. He finds Ramos. Look at that! That is simply sensational from Thomas Ramos. Out the back of the right hand. And it's Blair Kinghorn who goes over for the try. Striking a dagger into the hearts of the Sharks fans here at Hollywood Bet Kings Park. It's Toulouse who strike first in the second half. John Plumtree and his men could ill afford a score conceded so early on. But the Sharks in 6s and 7s on defence. Sia Khaleesi trying in vain to get across. But what a ball, you can't stop. A pass like that from Thomas Ramos. And all we can say is simply sensational stuff. Toulouse have come out firing here in the second half. Ramos with the pass, now with the conversion kick, curling it in. It's over, and it's an extra 2. Toulouse up to 20 points to 3. And the Sharks have a mountain to climb against the European giants. But in support was Blair Kinghorn, getting the pass from Thomas Ramos. And the defence opening up, not able to get across. Bongi Mbonambi coming off the field. We'll see the introduction of Dylan Richardson as the Sharks restart to lose the ball. And away with it come the Sharks. Now they have to get it. Going out wide here on this right-hand touchline. They do recycle it as Oxenchair goes up ahead. It's a wonderful attempt at stealing the ball legally on his feet, and Toulouse immediately pumping it upfield. The Sharks have to check back. And it's Yao Penkley. He hasn't got support. Can he get away? He has to hack it into touch. And the intent, the urgency from the French giants, the European champions, is clearly evident and on display. But on the ball there was Aldegheri fed his loose-head teammate Netty. They fed it out wide, pumped it upfield. Yalpenke was back in support. But unfortunately for the Sharks, under a huge amount of pressure, he had to just hack it into touch. The Sharks do manage to win the line-out, albeit ugly. It's Francois Venter to Ethan Hooker. Just not sinking at the moment are the Sharks. Playing a little bit individualistically. Who's at the base? It's Vincent Sichuka who goes in to secure the ball. And for the Sharks, it's Davids at the base off the left foot. He keeps it infield. Mapimpi with a contestable chase, but Toulouse get it back and immediately get a penalty. Not the start, should I say, the Sharks would have wanted here in the second half. Within range, one feels for Tamos Ramos, but will he look to put it into touch? They hunt in 5s and 7s, and Intermac does put it into touch on this right-hand touchline. Deep inside the Sharks' danger zone. Just about up onto the 22 of the Sharks' territory now. It's Mo Vaka to feed for Toulouse. To the back it goes to Emmanuel Miafao. He's got a try to his name. He feeds into Mac. To Kinghorn, who takes it up. He's brought to ground. Here come Toulouse now. They're full of running. It's Ramos. What have they seen at half-time to cut open the Sharks' defence so easily? The Sharks have to put up some sort of resistance. But at the moment, Toulouse on attack. 12 metres out. Netty. Centre field. The Sharks' defence finding some sort of shape. But this Toulouse side, well-oiled as a unit, playing in the right areas of the field on attack. In possession are Toulouse now. Taken up by Flamand. Dupont to Manuel Miafao. He's brought to ground. They're only 5 metres out. The defence around the base with the pick and go Toulouse. This time around, conceding the penalty, much to the relief of the Sharks. And it's Netty there who has a little hustle and a bustle with Oxenchair. And they marched an extra 10 metres, according to Luke Pearce, applying a no-nonsense approach. But it's Jordan Hendricks who will look to clear to get some territory here for the Sharks. Trail by 20-3. Wonderful work by Oxenchair over the ball. Legally on his feet, according to the referee. Wins the penalty for the Sharks. And it's Dylan Richardson who will feed the line out on the Sharks. 10-metre mark on this right-hand touchline. Hendricks puts it downfield. Does he find grass? He finds Blair Kinghorn. Look to boot it upfield. Does he keep it infield? They play on the Sharks. It's gone into touch, but they need to get going. Jordan Hendricks somewhat isolated. Strong counter-ruck, but the Sharks somehow manage to keep possession. They play this right-hand blindside now. Manu Tutuka. Up towards the Toulouse 10-metre mark go the Sharks now. Oxenchair over the advantage line. The Sharks, this is what we want to see. They've got to put some phases together to get back into this game. Almost 3 scores down are the Sharks, and a loose pass there takes them back all of 10 metres. But Hendricks manages to recycle for the Sharks. It's Manu Tutuka again. Tackled by Flamand. Bradley Davids goes digging in. Puts it on the boot. Straight into touch. An unforced error there. An air of desperation from the Sharks on attack. Their shape just not finding its way. And straight into touch from the base. Bradley Davids. With the error there, Toulouse will have the line out. And onto the field for Netty comes Merkler now as we see the finishers off the bench. The first of them for Toulouse here in the second half. 2 tries to 0. With those 2 penalties from Thomas Ramos, he's been 100% accurate from the boot this afternoon here at Hollywood Bet Kings Park as Toulouse look to go rumbling on with the driving maul. Taking the wind out of the sails of the Sharks side. You see the defence losing their shape somewhat, but it's Thomas Ramos who has it in possession for Toulouse now, almost up to the Sharks' 10-metre mark. Dupont with the lovely little chip over the top from the base, but the Sharks are there. It's Jordan Hendricks who has no option but to put it into touch. And the Sharks pinned down again. This is what happens when you play against the European giants. The Sharks are going to have to come up with something classy. It was touched there by a Toulouse player, so it will be a Sharks line out. Some of the Sharks players breathing heavily. Wave after wave, Toulouse keep coming. Kieran O'Connor asks, have Sharks got a bomb squad? They've got the likes of Vincent Chichuka on the field, Dylan Richardson, Lorenzo Chulis, the boogeyman still to come on, but as individuals, they can't do much if they don't find their feet as a unit. And on that occasion, Sia Khaleesi winning the line-out ball, but all a little bit too messy. Toulouse will have the put into the scrum. The Sharks not able to control that ball at line-out time. It's those little sorts of errors. The kick straight into touch from Davids. Early on, they would have to eliminate. For the moment, it's Toulouse well in the driver's seat. Just inside the Sharks' half are the French giants. And ball in hand is Antoine Dupont. Free kick to Toulouse. The Sharks looking to shove early there, says the referee. Dupont finds Ramos. Puts it on the boot. The chase is on from Yal Penkle, but he has it on a tiki. Has Thomas Ramos with the grubber kick into touch, 5 meters out. On this right-hand touchline, the Sharks will have possession, but they'll look to clear and exit. They'll have to find some sort of strategy to get themselves in the right areas of the field for the moment. Toulouse showing the class. It's Dylan Richardson to feed for the Sharks. Vic asks, the Sharks need to bring on Lorenzo. They need some X factor. There, I would agree with you, Vic. It's going to be a Shark scrum from that line out. The Sharks still deep inside their own 22. It was, in fact, a 50-22. It was a Toulouse line out. It wasn't possession for the Sharks, but they managed to get it back, and in the process, Toulouse lost it forward. The Sharks, though, still inside their own 22 from this scrum. Toulouse forced to make tackles, but the Sharks look to be playing. If you look at the territorial percentages, inside their own half for pretty much a large chunk of that first half. So no real danger for Toulouse. Good solid set from the Sharks. Davids to Hendrickse. Finds a good touch. We're into Toulouse territory now. David says, Archie, you have people on the cameras and in production to take the continuity out of the game. Awful commentators. Thank you for tuning in here, David. We appreciate you here on Forever Sports. Siba Matketuka asks, why is Masuku not on? Masuku's not on the bench. He's not in the 23. An integral part of the Challenge Cup victory last season was Sia Masuku in the conversation for Springbok colours. No doubt, look out for him this season. But he's not in the 23 this time around, Siba. The Sharks do win the line out from Toulouse. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but they've got to put some phases together. Davids to Manu Tutuka. He's got to get back to his feet and play the ball. It's all a little bit slow at the moment. They started so quickly in this game. It's fizzled out. They're not putting the phases together. Turnover ball for Toulouse. It's Petra Movaka. And DuPont looks to play quickly, catching the Sharks' defence napping in 6s and 7s, but it's ripped clear. The Sharks come away with it now. They're getting a lot of the ball, but they're just not able to do anything with it. It's Ethan Hooker puts it along the ground. Toulouse forced to clear their lines from inside their own 22 via Thomas Ramos. They won't mind that for the moment. The Sharks will have to utilize the opportunities that are presented to them to get back into this game. John Howard says, John, shout out. Where you tuned in from, brother? Sifiso Ngobo, if we make it to 60, scores still 2 try behind. Sharks will turn it up. Hashtag truth. That's the spirit we want here, Sifiso. Surely now. Unfortunately for the Sharks, we see the likes of Oxenchair making his way off the field. It's Ruan Dreyer who will come on, as well as Lorenzo Julies making his way onto the field. As we approach the final quarter, it's Ethan Hooker who's replaced for Julies and Ruan Dreyer on for Oxenchair. How will that impact the scrums? But Toulouse have ball in hand. They put it high via DuPont. Jaden Hendrickse looks to be playing at number 10. Means that Francois Fenter's off the field. Jordan Hendricks has gone to 12. And Petra Movaka off the field for Toulouse. Marchand on for the French Giants. And away they come with it now. It's lost forward. The ball is slippery. Throw some sand on it if you can. But Pimpi comes away with it for the Sharks. Yao Penke throws a loose ball. I see Ethan Hooker still on the field. Who's off? Is it Hakim Konene that's gone off for Lorenzo Julies? A little over 20 minutes to play. It's a kicking duel at the moment, and it's remaining to Mac. Another 50-22. The presence of mind to see the space in the backfield by Romain Ntamak. And the Sharks are under the pump defensively again, as we now see, in fact, the introduction of Lorenzo Julies. I preempted it, but it is happening. Ethan Hooker comes off the field. We haven't seen the likes of Mapimpi able to stretch his legs on attack. And for the Sharks now, under the pump here with that 50-22 from Romain Ntamak. Form is temporary, class is permanent. And what class with that kick from the French fly-off? Lost forward again, the Sharks. Getting all the nits and bits, but forced to have to kick it upfield, albeit a wonderful kick. Up to almost the 10-meter mark of Toulouse territory on this left-hand touchline. So Francois Fente is still on the field, I beg your pardon. It's Hakim Konene who's off. So Jordan Hendricks has moved to fullback as we see the introduction of Cyril Baye on the field as well for Toulouse. Strong bench for the French Giants. We still await the introduction of Angie Capuzzo, the Italian talisman, but it's Toulouse who will have the line out. The Sharks still not showing any signs of putting together any sort of set play on attack. And Toulouse carry it up. And it's Dupont who puts it on the boot. The chase is on. Little tink over the top. But it's Hendrickson. Can he hold on to it? No, he can't. He tried to offload. But you swear it's raining buckets. The player's just not able. With his basic unforced errors on both sides, it must be said, although Toulouse have the comfort of the scoreline, the Sharks can ill afford to let the ball slip out of their hands. They've done so on that occasion. And it's Toulouse who will have the scrum on the Sharks' 10-meter mark centre field. There will be options both left and right. Can the Sharks' defence keep out this wave of attack? They seem to be hitting their strides now, are the French champions. The European champions, I should say. It's Antoine Dupont to feed. Suffiso Ngobo says, let's go, boys. Hashtag black and white. Rory Watson, Manchester United of rugby, expensive and useless. That's an interesting take, Rory. I'll accept. Welcome here on Forever Sports. Penalty this time around to the Sharks. They can find themselves in Toulouse territory via the boot of Jordan Hendrickson, but he doesn't find touch. It's another unforced error. Toulouse boots it upfield. It's Jaden Hendrickson who picks up the ball from that boot upfield from Toulouse. The bounce of the ball in favour of Hendrickson. The Sharks can work their way into the 22 here now. Davids, is there an option? He can't hold on to it. Vincent Tutuka, this time around, not taking care of the greasy ball. Toulouse with the scrum advantage. It rolls into touch with the kick. And we're back inside the Sharks half. On their 10-meter mark on this right-hand touchline. They still trail by 17 points. This is the last quarter. Jordan Hendrickson looking for Vincent Tutuka. Bullet pass. You'd expect him to hold on to that. Come on, Vincent. We need someone like Etzebeth who's not around to just rally these troops together and really get them firing in terms of attack. It's Sia Kolisi who makes way. This Springbok captain for Nick Hatton. Fresh legs, but as a unit, can they find themselves in any sort of realistic position to mount a comeback? Yeah, the Sharks put it upfield. Thomas Ramos is there. He looks to put it in this right-hand corner, but it's Jordan Hendrickson who's in the backfield. He puts it to boot. Dupont is back covering. What does he decide? You never know where he's going to go. Decides to go upfield, finds grass. The Sharks tracking back. It's Yao Penke to Jaden Hendrickson. Under pressure from the Toulouse players there. Does find some sort of territorial relief. But much to the Sharks' dismay, there is side their own half between their own 22 and 10-meter mark are the Sharks, and conceding possession via this line out. It will be Toulouse to put in. It's Marchand for Toulouse. In possession, they look for a driving maul. It goes rumbling on here. Marchand has it secure at the back. Into the 22 they go. Dupont holds it up just long enough. Marchand looks to keep it alive to Dupont. The Sharks are in trouble here. They stretched on this right-hand side. Kinghorn in possession. Just can't get away from the Sharks' defence. Merkler from Dupont as they set up another ruck. It's wave after wave. Wonderful work, though, from the Sharks over the ball eagerly. And Bradley Davids decides, we got to get going. Lorenzo Julies finds Makazola Mapimpi, but Toulouse were not 10 metres back. The Sharks, a bit of innovation there. Mapimpi hits hard, smashing tackle. Welcome, son. You going nowhere. But the Sharks keep the possession alive. Still stuck on their own 10-metre mark, working themselves up towards halfway. It's Davids who goes digging in. He finds Richardson. He's wrapped up. Julie's now. A breath of fresh air. Here come the Sharks. It looks like it's Hatton. Can he find support? Julie's! Lorenzo Julie's! The boogeyman scores for the Sharks. There it is. There it is. Surely now. Yes. Try time. Something for the home crowd to cheer about. And off the bench comes the boogeyman, Lorenzo Julies, and scores a try. And the conversion can put them into double figures. Desperately needed. Kept the ball alive. Lovely ball off the shoulder, should I say, from Nick Hatton. And in support was Lorenzo Julies. You go, you beauty! Jordan Hendrickson with a crucial opportunity to add the extra two to take them to double figures. Are we in for a finish? It's fading past the right and upright. The Sharks trail by 12, desperate for a victory here at Hollywood Bet Kings Park. Keep in mind they travel next week to Bordeaux. A victory here, paramount for their ambitions in this Investec Champions Cup. But a moment of glory there for that man, Lorenzo Julies, coming off the bench, getting a 5-pointer and perhaps reigniting the Sharks. With a little over 12 minutes to play, we see Makazola Mapimpi coming off the field. Ethan Hooker will then have to come back on the field. The Sharks with a 6-2 split. He'll move to the wing, Ethan Hooker. Showed his versatility, can play in the centres, can play on the wing. Also in conversation for the Springbok call-up come international season, but Toulouse from the kick-off counter-ruck well after the Sharks regathered. It's Merkler. Toulouse want to keep a comfortable buffer between themselves and the Sharks in possession here. Here come Toulouse. They're only about 15 metres out. Playing down this right-hand side to Pont. Or in fact, Dupont's off the field. It's Crow on the field. Some fresh legs at halfback for Toulouse. Jalange takes it up. Grow. It's a loose pass. The Sharks looking to pounce on the loose ball, but unsuccessfully so. Toulouse have gone back a few meters though. Panos takes it up. The loose forward. Still in possession. Romain Intimac to Barassi. The Sharks defending for all they're worth. They know a try here could all but seal it. And they've come away with it. It's Hatton who has the ball. Just about on their own try line. There's inches from their own try line here, the Sharks. But importantly, in possession, they need to get this ball clear and relieve some pressure. It's Davids at the base. 5 meters from this right-hand touchline, just about on their own try line. Can't find as much territory as he would have liked. But the European champions, relentless on attack. Somehow Vincent Chichuka came away with that interception, and Bradley Davids forced onto the left foot to clear the lines and relieve some pressure. But still not out of the deep water yet. Toulouse are going to be on attack. So we see the likes of Labuskachny come on for Jenkins. And it looks like Hakim Konene could be coming back onto the field, the junior buck. Started the game at fullback. It's Jordan Hendricks who's going off. It all looks a little bit fragmented at the moment. Strong day at the office for Jason Jenkins. Line-out set play hasn't been that much of an issue. It's those basic unforced errors. Ball handling. Defensive shape. That's let the Sharks down at times, but it's Toulouse who come away with it via Willis now. In possession inside the Sharks, 22 goal. It's an interception. Hatton can chase here. He hasn't got the legs. Trudging like an elephant through peanut butter. Toulouse get back and scramble in time. But hoof it upfield. The Sharks have to run from here. Jaden Hendricks, he needs support now. The counter-ruck is strong from Toulouse. They've won it. Wonderful tackle there. Spot tackle from the Sharks. Looks like it was Labuskachny there who made the tackle. On DuPont, who's still on the field. Where's he moved to? Relentless stuff here at the Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium. Players from both sides blowing. In fact, it was Ethan Hooker who made the spot tackle on Antoine DuPont. Lost forward by the French talisman. The Sharks will have a scrum. There's precious little time on the clock with a little over 8 minutes to play. Rugby Hub asks Marcus Smith or Sasha. Sasha Feinberg and Thomas Zulu. Surely now. Injured at the moment. We need him back as soon as possible come international time. The young phenom from the Stormers. Sifiso Ngobo says Sasha all day. Smith not as creative or courageous. Got to agree with you there, Sifiso. The Sharks fans, not much to cheer about. Still trail by 2 scores, albeit 2 converted tries. Will take the Sharks clear. Is there an opportunity for them to get back into this game? But this European giants in the likes of Toulouse have shown their worth. They've shown their mettle. exactly why they are European champions. The Sharks just not able to put enough phases together to mount any sort of realistic comeback up to this point, but it all can change. But it all has to change at the rate of knots for the Sharks. If they are to flip the script here in Durban, in front of their home crowd, it's Bradley Davids to feed. They're 20 metres in from this right-hand touchline. Still stuck on their own 10-metre mark. Imposter says Julie's wow should have been there long ago. Lorenzo Julie's showing the intensity, the urgency as the Sharks come away and up and over halfway now. It's Pepsi Buthelezi. He's had a quiet afternoon. The Sharks still in possession on halfway. Playing from left to right. We're centre field now. Can they recycle quickly? Yes, it's Davids to Jaden Hendrickson. Dylan Richardson puts his head down. The Sharks looking for space here. Fenter finding Ethan Hooker, but he's lost it forward. But a penalty. No knock on there, says the referee. Run Cruz Malia of Toulouse, remonstrating with the referee. The referee saying, I want none of that. The Sharks over the ball. It looked like it went loose. In fact, Juan Cruz Malia is justified. It was a knock on. Make up your mind, folks. That call looks like it came from the assistant referee. Definitely went forward from Ethan Hooker after the tackle there from Malia. So no penalty. The sands of time running out. John Howard, shout out, listening from Sri Lanka. Much appreciated, every single one of you tuning in here on Forever Sports for this Investec Champions Cup Round 3 clash in Durban. The Sharks not doing them any favours with this sort of performance. Their last round up against Bordeaux next week. They've got the solitary victory against Exeter. One feels that's not going to be enough. It's Grow from the base who puts it high. There's a contestable there. There's a collision in the air. It's a rugby collision. No foul play, says the referee. But it looks like it's gone into touch. Courageous effort from Ethan Hooker. Courageous effort from Juan Cruz Malia, but it's into touch. Always the argument of what's a rugby collision, what's foul play. The debate will ring true for many a year to come. But on that occasion, straight into touch from the base. With the kick from Grau, the Sharks do have the line out feed. It's Richardson who looks to secure it with the maul. He has the ball at the back. Davids wants it. They want to get going now. Fenter, Hendrickson, Ethan Hooker puts it on the boot. Yao Penkle chasing. Too much weight on the kick from Ethan Hooker there. And it's Yao Penkle who's penalised by the referee, preventing Toulouse from taking the quick throw. And it's those sort of things that can be a real coach killer. And it seems, for all intents and purposes, that Toulouse will get over the line here away from home and sit comfortably at the top of their pool in this Investec Champions Cup. But Intermac doesn't put it into touch. It's Yao Penkle who comes running back with intent up to Toulouse 10-metre mark now. An unforced error there from Toulouse. Can the Sharks capitalise? They're still 50 metres out. How much cohesion do they have at this stage of the fight? They need a try right away to get into any sort of realistic contention. It's Davids. It's all too slow at the moment. Jaden Hendrickson playing at 10. Keep the ball in hand, Hakim Konene. But it's worked out for the Sharks. It's Hatton who picks up the loose ball. They're almost up to the 22 now. Ruan Jaya. The Sharks keep it alive. Can they find some sort of attacking shape? Lorenzo Julies. He puts it on the boot. Lovely little grabber kick. Finds the touchline on this right-hand side. We're about 10 meters out. But for the Sharks, no possession. And at this stage, possession would be crucial. They'd have to score, get back and score again. Not impossible, but highly unlikely for the moment as Toulouse look to feed the line out. Dante Walters says if Sasha can complete 2 executive matches without being injured, I hear what you're saying, Dante, but I feel he was rushed back too soon. Perhaps he needs to take a little bit of a breather. We expect maybe a little too much from the young man as Toulouse win the line out and they put it deep into touch. Inside Sharks territory, a wonderful clearance from Grau, the replacement scrum off. Toulouse won't go away with 5 points, but they'll take the victory. They'll be happy with 4, a victory away from home, any way you can get it. Vital for your cause in this Investec Champions Cup. The Sharks, all but dead and gone in front of their home crowd here. Can they find a losing bonus point? And they lose the line out. That won't do it, Toulouse. 2 tries of their own. Can they add a third? Wonderful hands on that occasion from Capuzzo, who's on the field, but the Sharks get the penalty. They were stretched on defence, but over the ball there was Nick Hatton. He's made an impact since he's come on the field, should I say. So has Lorenzo Julies, but an awful attempt at a touch finder. Desperation stuff from the Sharks has resulted in them kicking the ball dead. And that just pretty much sums up the match for you. You're a Sharks fan or South African fan. A disappointing afternoon at the Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium in Durban. The Sharks with the penalty there, trying to eke away too many meters on that occasion was Jaden Hendrickse. Kicked it dead. And now Toulouse can just run the clock down. They're not in contention for a bonus point, but comfortably victors here by 20 points to 8. As we count down from 10 seconds. As the hooter sounds, Toulouse, will they give one last hoorah here in front of this Durban crowd? The Sharks outplayed, outmuscled. Intensity, urgency, and passion clear for all to see here at Hollywood Bet Kings Park. That will be that from the boot of Antoine Dupont to switch from 9 to 10. The likes of Mo Vaka, Ramos, and Dupont, all in the thick of the things this afternoon in this Investec Champions Cup match. The Sharks go down in front of their home crowd by 20 points to 8. And that leaves them in a very perilous position come round 4, the final round next weekend, as they travel away to Bordeaux. On the opposite end of the spectrum, it's Toulouse, who stay clear at the top with another victory, 3 out of 3 in the Champions Cup. European champions, victorious over the Challenge Cup, champions of last season by 20 points to 8. And summing it up is Malcolm Moody saying, yes, Sharks were just outplayed. That's a wrap from myself, who's here at Forever Sports. It's been an absolute pleasure to take you through this one. Do stay tuned for more live matches here. Share the link with your friends and family. It's been a wonderful journey, but disappointingly so for the Sharks. It ends in defeat for Sia Khaleesi and his men. 20 points to 8 at the Hollywood Bet Kings Park Stadium, Toulouse. The visitors take victory. Until next time, I say bye for now.